come on. Been a while since I talked about some Dragon Age shit. So let's dive right into it. Hey everyone, well, here goes. It's been a wee while since I've done some Dragon Age news, and the main reason is because I prefer to wait for big news to come out and all that. MD, Ability Drain, and Lady Insanity, they cover all the tiny stuff, not the minuscule stuff, but the stuff that, while I geek out over and I absolutely love, I couldn't do a whole video on. Even the little bits, even like the tiny bits of information that came out, I really couldn't do a whole video on. Even in small bits. When it comes to Dragon Age or games that I am very passionate about, I prefer to do whole videos on them rather than individual little news pieces. But a lot of you have been asking my opinion on stuff, and a lot of you have been messaging, what's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on that? And while I have responded to a lot of them, I may as well make a video getting it out there and giving my overall opinion on some of the stuff that's come out. Firstly, I need to get this out of the way. I am currently reading The Masked Empire. I'm about halfway through, as you can see. I'm taking my time with this book. There's no rush for me to get through this. I am loving the book. Bit hard to read sometimes due to the fact that it's Orlesian politics, but overall I am enjoying the book, and I will get a review of this up once I have finished it. And the other little book news is that there's another Dragon Age book called The Last Flight, which I already pre-ordered because I'm that sad. That was announced, which was released on Amazon apparently by accident, but BioWare have come out and says yes, it's a new book. And it's a book that isn't being written by any of the Dragon Age writers. It's actually being written by a female writer called Karen. I can't even fucking remember her name now. It's been a while since I think it's Karen. I'm not 100% sure, but I have looked a little bit into this author. She has written other game-related books, but she doesn't work for BioWare. So it should be interesting to see a different author's aspect onto it. The story is supposedly going to follow an elven mage, I believe, if memory serves me, and it involves griffins, which A-okay with that. I love griffins. But that's the other book news. But let's dive right into the news that everyone wants me to talk about and give my opinion on. First thing, of course, is the locations that have been announced in Dragon Age. BioWare have came out and stated there will be multiple locations that we will visit. There's only been 3 that have been confirmed, of course, if memory serves me, and that is Orlais, Ferelden, and the Dales. Firstly, Orlais, we knew we were going there. I can't wait to go Orlais. Ferelden is one of the surprising ones, in my opinion. I didn't think we'd be going back to Ferelden so quickly. Well, quickly, you know what I mean, but I'm very surprised with that, in all honesty. It will be, I don't think we'll be going to the whole of Ferelden. I highly fucking doubt that. I probably think that we'll probably more than likely be going to maybe the Frostback Mountain, maybe a bit further in, or even we'll go to Denerim and that's it. I highly doubt that we'll be going to the entirety of Ferelden, because that would be a massive fucking map and a massive game, which I'm okay with that, by the way. But I'm very interested to see what's going to happen to that. If we do get to go to Ferelden, I'd love to see what my Ferelden would be like especially with what happened in my Dragon Age with my Warden, Morrigan, my choices in the Dalish, the Orzammar, the Mage, Sokol. I really want to see what would happen there, because my Warden was a Dalish elf, and if memory serves me, it's hard to remember exactly. My Warden actually chose a piece of land for the Dalish that lived in Ferelden. So that could be kind of interesting, in my opinion, to see how that will work out. I really, really want to see what has happened in my Ferelden. What has happened to the Ferelden that I helped craft, that I helped make. Has it gone to shit, or has it flourished? It's probably gone to shit, no my luck. But I'm very interested to see what that is, and I cannot wait to when we go back there. And we might see a few familiar faces, but I don't think we'll see everyone that we ever met in Ferelden. I think we'll probably see a few people, and I cannot wait to see what happens with that. Now, the other one, which I'm not surprised about, but I'm very interested in, is the Dales. For those who don't know their Dragon Age lore, like a massive geek I am, the Dales was the location in which was the land of the Dalish elf that was given to them by basically Orlais, and after the events with Andraste. They were given that entire land area for them to rule. However, if you know your Dragon Age lore, they kind of pissed off a few people, and not only did the Tevinter Imperium eventually enslave them all, Orlais done an exalted march on them and basically near enough wiped them off the map. and claimed the Dales back as their land using the Chantry as a cover. Well, the Chantry wanted it in a way. And the Dales has been a part of Orlais' territory for quite a while. It's still called the Dales, and it is primarily an elven land. There are probably more elves, especially, and we actually do visit a little bit of the Dales in Dragon Age Masked Empire. I haven't got that far into it yet. I was about halfway through and we've just got to the Dales. And there are plenty of Dalish elf there, but there are humans there, and there are Orlesian-controlled cities there. With the events of Masked Empire that I've read so far, haven't got the whole way through it, I'm not surprised we're going to the Dales. I don't want to spoil anything, and I won't spoil anything for anyone who's planning on reading the book. But I'm very interested, because the Dalish are the most fascinating people, in my opinion, they're fascinating because I love mysteries, and we do not know a lot about the Dalish people. Like, a lot of their lore, their history, who they are, their gods, a lot of what they are is gone. A lot of it is unknown. And of course the reason why the Dalish elves and why the elves lost their immortality as well may be there. And I'm very interested to see what it means we're going to there, because there are going to be tons of elven ruins in the Dales, sorry. I'm pretty sure of it. And also, it wouldn't surprise me if we maybe found out what happened to Alathan, the elven capital, before the Tevinter Imperium literally sunk it. Yeah, the Tevinter Imperium were that powerful at one point, the mages there just went, you know what, we feel like sinking an entire Dalish city. Done. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what happened to Alathan. There are some theories that are going around about Alathan, that Alathan is actually the Black City. The city that it wasn't just sunk into the earth, that it was literally ripped out of our existence and put into the Fade. And with the events of Dragon Age Inquisition, with the Fade literally opening up in the sky, it wouldn't surprise me if the Alathan made its triumphant return, especially if there are still elves there. That would be rather interesting. That's one of the theories. I don't think that theory has weight, but I don't think that's correct. I have my own theory, but I'm going to savour that for a little bit, because I want to make maybe a whole video on the Dales. Now, we have seen bits and pieces of the Dales already with some of the gameplay, some of the creatures there, including a massive fucking troll with tusks, which I'm like, the fuck is that? I want to fight it. I don't know whether I want to befriend it or kill it. Probably both. I'll probably befriend it and then I'll kill it, because I'm a rogue. That's what I kind of do. I sneak up on people and I stab them with my trusty dagger. But yeah, I'm very interested in the Dales, because the Dales elves are my personal favourite personal favourite race in my opinion. Well, the elves are my favourite race. The Dalish elves are my favourite faction, because we do not know a lot about them. Like, we don't know a lot about the Qunari as well, but we learn more about the Qunari. We know more about the Qunari, than we do about the Dalish elves. We know more about the Qunari than we do about the Dales, about the history of the elves, because that history is gone. Not a lot of it remains, and I cannot wait to see if we find out what happened to Alathan, but also what happened to, like, what more about the Dalish elves. Like, who were their gods? What were their first? Why are they no longer immortal? That kind of thing. I'm very fascinated with the Dalish elves, and that's why I kind of love them. I love a good mystery, and I cannot wait to see if we actually find out some history about the Dalish elves and the elves in general, especially Alathan. Now, those are the three that have been confirmed. There are some speculations that we may be going to Tevinter, that we may be going to the Andalfalls. There are plenty of speculation, but those are the three that have been confirmed, and I'm very excited to see what we're going to be doing. I cannot wait to see Val Ryu. I absolutely cannot wait to see that. I cannot wait to see other capitals and other cities in Orlais, and I cannot wait to play the game. If you don't know what the game is, you lose. Simple as. The game is the Orlesian game of politics. It's a fascinating thing, in my opinion, especially when you're reading through the Masked Empire, which is, but the first half of it is pretty much describing the game alone, because it's such a complicated, convoluted kind of thing that it's fascinating how they do it. And if we're going to be primarily in Orlais, we're going to have to play the game, and we're going to have to play it well, or we're fucked. And the thing is, though, if you don't play the game well, you don't win. There is no winning the game. There's winning parts of it, but there's no winning the game. The game is an ongoing thing. And I cannot wait to see what happens with that, especially with the masks. Oh, that'll be fascinating. Cannot wait for the masks. You better get me able to design your own fucking mask, by the way, because I want a cool one. But as is, I've already talked a little bit about all these in the past, and I'm very interested. Ow. I'm very interested to see how they're going to involve the game in Dragon Age Inquisition, because it'll be very interesting. Now let's move on to the other little bits and bobs. Just to actually have them here. We're going to move on to the recent party news and all that. The news of course, with the news trailer involving the gameplay which is most of it was gameplay, but it was mostly in-engine stuff. And the Jesus table, as a lot of people are calling it, showing off all of the possible party members that are going to be in the game. And we will start with the one that everyone wants to fucking talk about. Let's start with going from left to right. We will start with every fangirl's creamy dream, Cullen. Yes, Cullen has been confirmed. Well, it looks like Cullen. BioWare have confirmed that Cullen is going to be in the game. He's also going to be a romanceable option, which I think I just heard the fangirls and boys who love Cullen creaming their pants right now. I think I just heard them. I think I heard like screams and everything. But yeah, it's no surprise that Cullen is actually going to be in this game. He's always been a staple of the Dragon Age games, and I don't know if you can hear that, but my grass is getting cut out the back. But hopefully I'll be able to continue talking like this. I want to see what Cullen is. Now, it hasn't been confirmed if Cullen is going to be a party member. I doubt it, in all honesty. Even though I would like to be a party member hopefully I'll be showing you the picture over here. But the way he's dressed, I don't see him being a party member. He does have some armor on him, but in all he's wearing that, it's like a ceremonial thing. I don't think he's going to be a party member, in my honest opinion. I just do not think that it is possible that he will be. I think he is going to be like a Samantha Trainer, where he's going to be interactable, you can talk with him, and you can romance him, which will be very interesting. Whether or not he's bisexual is completely up for interpretation right now. I don't see Cullen as bisexual. I see him as straight. Sorry, people who got people in male warden. I don't think Cullen swings that way, shall we say. Even though I would love it, I don't think he does. Cullen is a straight guy to me. He comes across as that, in my opinion, but that may just be my little bias. The other person, of course, is Vivienne, who was already confirmed. I don't say they haven't confirmed or denied whether she's going to be a romanceable option, but it wouldn't surprise me if she was a romanceable option. I don't really have much to say on Vivienne, except that I am kind of interested in her, and see what that happens. Just a second, I'm actually making sure I'm going the correct way here. There we are. Next three, of course, Varric. How can we not say it? It's fucking Varric. Who doesn't love fucking Varric? I love Varric, everyone loves Varric, you love Varric, everyone loves fucking Varric. I don't think Varric will be romanceable, in all honesty, because it doesn't make sense for his character, because he is still in love with Bianca. Not the bow, Bianca's backstory, I won't spoil it for anyone. But Bianca is one of the stories that I love, and I really don't see Varric as a romanceable character, in my opinion. And just give me one moment. Just close that out, just the sound. I do not see Varric as a romanceable option, in my opinion. It's just something I just don't think suits his character. Would I be disappointed? Would I be, oh, it's wrong, it's so fucking wrong, he's romanceable. Nah, if he was romanceable, that's okay. I don't know if I'd romance Varric, in all honesty. He's one of those characters that always sees the best written, in my opinion. That's my opinion. The person who's next to Varric, who's behind the bald elf, I have no idea who the fuck that is. The picture I'm showing you was supplied to me by a clan member, Nicola, I believe, if memory serves me. And this is from Tumblr, and they've dubbed him Medieval Dante, which I kind of found kind of hilarious. He has two oddly shaped daggers in his back. Some people have speculated that it might be Cole. I'll grab the book here. Oh shit, there goes my book. There goes my camera. That it might be the character. Oops, sorry, I dropped some things then. Very important things that should be there. Cole from Dragon Age Asunder, who is a very prominent character in that book. Some people have speculated that that might be him. I could see it. As it says, I think is there a sketch? Is there a sketch? I'm trying to think. Is there? Yeah, there is a little sketch at the back of the book of what Cole might look like. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's kind of faded. But I think that's meant to be Cole there. And if you know Cole, it makes sense why you aren't able to make him out. And the hair is possible, but he doesn't have the muscles for me that looks like that character. And plus, Cole is, well, it actually isn't 100% known what Cole is at this moment. I won't spoil the reasoning behind that, but let's just say that I don't think it is him, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was. I think this is actually one of the new characters that they've kind of kept hush-hush. He looks like a party member, but I don't think he is. Well, he may be. I think it's very plausible that he might be a party member. I'll just stick to calling him Medieval Dante right now. The other character, of course, is Solus. He has been confirmed. I don't think he's been in any of the Dragon Age material to my knowledge. I might be drawing a blank. I don't know if he shows up here in Masked Empire. I haven't finished it yet. There have been quite a few elves that have shown up in that may make an appearance in the game. But Solus is going to be our resident Fade expert. He's an expert on the Fade, apparently. And wouldn't surprise me if it's a Dalish elf, in all honesty. It's just his clothing style does indicate to me Dalish elf. Don't really have much to say on him. I don't know that much of him beyond that he is an expert on the Fade, which events of Dragon Age Inquisition makes fucking sense why we have someone who's an expert on the Fade. The next picture, of course, is Cassandra and the Inquisitor, the male default Inquisitor. Very interesting. Cassandra also has been confirmed as a romanceable character. No surprise there, in my opinion, with the amount of stuff they were putting into her character with the movie, her introduction to Dragon Age 2, and all the stuff they've been giving her about her backstory. Hell, even in the Dragon Age World of Thedas book, which I can't find. Should be around here somewhere. It's probably in the drawer somewhere. They had a whole blob on her giving details about her, which doesn't surprise me. So, her as a romanceable character, not fucking surprised. A lot of people are saying, oh, she's going to be gay because of the hair and all that. I'm like, hair does not make a person gay. You have to be the bearer of bad fucking news. Otherwise, I think I wouldn't be who I am. I don't know. It's tough to say what kind of sexuality I think Cassandra is. She is romanceable. I don't like presuming anyone's sexuality, even fictional characters. But if you had to put a gun to my head and ask me, I don't see her going for someone of the same gender. I see her as straight in all honesty. It just comes across her character. Some people say, oh, but she's a tomboy. There are plenty of straight tomboys out there. I've met a few. She doesn't come across... I don't see her going for someone of the same gender, in my opinion. That's just merely my opinion. Don't shoot me. I'm sorry. I just don't see her as that kind of character. And also the way with the trailer where she holds the sword up to the Inquisitor's throat, it's kind of, yeah, it's going to be interesting romance, in my opinion. I don't know. It's tough to say. I don't think she will be bisexual or gay. I prefer... She seems like someone who would stick to one gender, in my opinion, just from her character's point of view. And I hope they don't pull a DA2 and make everyone bisexual, because I really hated that. The next two, of course, are Iron Bull, our Kunari party member, who is a outcast of the Kunari, apparently. He isn't even... He can't even call him a Kunari, because he's not. He's not even a Tal Shaf. He is actually just Iron Bull. He's an outcast. And he's called Iron Bull because of the fucking massive horns on his head. Which, and also, if he doesn't charge people in the game at one point, I will be disappointed. I'm very interested in the fact that we now have another Kunari party member. We know that he's a exile of the Koseth or the Kunari. He's a bit of a mercenary, apparently. And I'm very interested to see what he is. In all honesty, I do see him as a party member, but I'd find it more interesting if he wasn't, in all honesty. I would like it if possibly he was actually the master at arms in a way, and he dealt mostly with the army aspect of it, because, let's face it, the Kunari have probably the best army in all of Thedas. Like, they are strict, disciplined, well trained from both, basically. So it would make sense for him to be the head of the army, in my opinion, but then he's an exile, you might not like that kind of thing. It wouldn't surprise me if he was a party member. It doesn't surprise me, in all honesty. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see what he's like. As for romanceable, I don't know. We weren't really about romance Stain, but Iron Bull is a completely different character, so it wouldn't surprise me if we could romance him. Be a very interesting romance, in my opinion. I think the horns would get stuck somewhere. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of it now. But yeah, Iron Bull, very interesting to see what he's like. The person next to him is called Doran. I'm going to be honest, I haven't had a lot of time to look up who he is. I don't know much about him. He looks like a rogue in my opinion, especially with his style of clothing. I don't know much about him, sorry, I do apologise, but yeah. 2 seconds, we're going to move into the next one. Ah, shit, I don't think the person who sent me these photos gave me the other one. But the other photo, hopefully if I can find it, is of Liliana. Yep, Liliana's been fucking confirmed, bitches. Booyah! She was confirmed in the trailer. I wasn't 100% certain if it was her, and I'm still not 100% certain. But a lot of people have given me evidence that it is Liliana. And it honestly doesn't surprise me that she's in the game, in my opinion, because she, especially with her involvement in this, I'm not going to say what, and also her involvement in Asunder. Liliana became, for those that don't know, minor spoiler, became the right hand of the Divine, called Sister Nightingale. Of course, in Dragon Age 2, if you saw. She basically became the right hand and also became the spy master in a way. And I do not think, I am 100% certain of myself, that I put money on it that she is not a party member and she's not romanceable. I'd put money on that in all honesty, because it doesn't make sense why she'd be romanceable, especially with my female warden, but that's a completely different thing. But I don't think I don't think she'll be romanceable. I think she'll be the head of your spy organization, in my opinion. I honestly think that she will be the head spy of everything. Like as it says in the game, you'll be able to build bases around your either spy, military, or political. And the political one, I don't know who will take over that. The military one, maybe Iron Bull. But the spy one, fucking Liliana, hands down. Because Liliana is a spy. She's a bard, for fuck's sake. I would trust her as a spy any day. But the thing is, though, when it comes to spies, you never fucking trust them as far as you can fucking throw them. They will stab you in the back in a heartbeat. And Liliana, it makes sense for her to be there. It makes sense for her to be with the Inquisition. Her loyalties are there. She is with the Inquisition. And I honestly am not surprised with that, because she is the type of person that likes to be where the action is, but also be able to get the most information. That's the whole purpose of a bard, is to gather information, study people, and obtain their reaction. Basically, the bards are the Sherlock Holmeses of the Dragon Age universe. Especially in Masked Emperor with Briala, who is a spy master in this game. I won't mention where she is. I'm sure mentioning that name is, oh, I know who she is. For those who haven't read the book, I'm not gonna spoil it. But she is a spy master, and she is a fucking Sherlock Holmes and a half. She notices people's reactions, and that's the whole purpose of the bard. A bard is trained to play the game expertly. And they're not politicians, most of them. Most bards do not come from nobility. Most bards come from the slums, poorer districts, and they've walked their way up gathering information, gathering things as they go. And Liliana is the bard of bards. She's good at what she does and very well played. And I'm very, very pleased that she is back, because I would not trust anyone else to be my spy master, and even then I wouldn't trust Liliana. Liliana, while she is a loyal person, she is loyal to the bone, right down to her faith. I honestly would not trust her, because she does have that kind of personality that she'd help you whenever she could. Now the last 4. The first one is Sarara, who, oh fuck, by the looks of her, she's a rogue. The name sounds really, really fucking familiar. I honestly can't remember off them. I do believe she has something to do with the Empress. Oh fuck, what's her name? Celine, Empress Celine. Is that right? Let me just double check. Empress Celine over there. I do think she has something to do with the Empress Celine. I'm not 100% certain. I do apologise. I haven't finished the book, and the name sounds so fucking familiar. I feel like I'm going to get so smacked across the face for not remembering her. But apparently, the name sounds familiar, and I do think she has linked with Celine in some way. By her dress, I think she's probably maybe another bard, in my opinion. Sorry, I thought I had some. I do believe she's another bard, in my opinion, which doesn't honestly surprise me that there'll be multiple bards in this, and you will have a whole spy ring in the game. So it makes sense why she would be that. I'm also very interested with the necklace she's wearing. It's fucking glowing. Never trust glowing necklaces. They're evil. And something's up with that. Never trust a bard, even when you're sleeping with one. That's my motto, okay? They'll stab you in the back as soon as fucking shag you. I'm sorry, bards. I love bards in the Dragon Age universe. I absolutely love them. I love the way they are, the sneaky little motherfuckers. They notice things. I absolutely love them. But at the same time, I wouldn't trust them as far as I can fucking throw them. No, it's my personality. I'd always my Inquisitor would sleep with a fucking dagger in his pelt, just like. Who's that? Who's that? Come at me, bro. That would be my Inquisitor. He would not like. I know. If one of the castles was a spy castle, my Inquisitor would be sleeping with a dagger every fucking night, and he'd be locking the doors with like 40 fucking locks. Locks, you ain't getting in here, bitches. Making sure there's no secret passages, because I do not trust bards. Bards, I love them, I adore them. They're probably my favourite class in the entire game, but at the same time, don't trust them as far as you can fucking throw them. The other person that's next to Sarara, Sarara, whatever the fuck you pronounce her name is they're getting dubbed a scribe. We don't know much about her. I'm probably betting that this is going to be the person who's going to be handling the political side of the game, in my opinion. It makes sense by the way she's dressed, also by the way she's poised and very natural looking in the Legion style. Doesn't look like a fighter, doesn't look like a party member. Probably someone who's going to be handling your political side of things. And of course, the final person, Sabara Warden. I don't think that's his name, but if it is, wow, holy shit. He has a beard. So that's a plus for me. Beards are awesome. This is the Warden that's going to be in our party, apparently. Full on looks like a two-handed sword wielding warrior. Looks rather old in my opinion. I don't think we know much about this Warden. This Warden looks like he should have had his calling years ago. Very old, looks very experienced, and he'll probably be our diplomat in a way to the Wardens as well, because let's face it, the Wardens are getting up to some pretty fucking shady shit right now, especially after the events of Dragon Age 2 and the Legacy DLC with Corypheus, which won't spoil for anyone, but trust me, there's something going on there. And though I do think the Wardens are up to something, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Wardens were behind the whole Fade ripping open, in my opinion, especially with Corypheus. I'm very interested to hear about this character. Why is a Warden part of the Inquisition? The Wardens normally stay out of this. The Wardens, hence the title, Grey Wardens, are meant to be a neutral party. That's the whole purpose. They are meant to stay in the middle, not get involved in politics, and only deal with that if they have to when it comes to the Darkspawn. But maybe after the events of Dragon Age Awakening, there aren't that many Darkspawn left. Especially if you chose what I chose. Which, spoiler alert, I sided with the Architect. I did. Although I'm kind of regret. I honestly, after reading... What one's it again? Sorry, I've got all three of the books here. There it is. After reading The Calling... Yeah, I might not want to do that. Well, still might have actually done it because it makes sense for the character and also what happened to him and all blah blah blah, usual shit. But yeah, I really, really am interested to see why a Warden is part of the Inquisition. Is he there for political gain? Is he there because you saved him? Is he there because he thinks you're right? Why is there a Warden with us? It makes little sense. I don't know, like, is he going to be romanceable? Wouldn't fucking surprise me. I know MD and all, MD is creaming over this every minute of the day. I'm going to get shot. She's going to kill me. But yeah, I'm very excited the fact that we're going to have a Warden in our party. Be interested to see that aspect. Especially, like, what the fuck is going on with the Wardens? I must know. I really am want to know what the fuck is going on with the Wardens, because I love the idea of the Grey Wardens. I really, really do. But what the fuck are they doing? I'm trying to think if there's other stuff that I need to talk about. As I say, the romanceable stuff I've already kind of deemed on. Talked about the places that we'll be going to. I'm trying to think, I'm just double checking. I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. There is also the dialogue we all know is forgetting something. Which is apparently they are going to be like, it's going to be more like a Mass Effect style wheel, but there are going to actually be three types of it in this game. There's going to be the conversation wheel, reaction wheel, and another wheel which I can't remember the fucking name of. Response, that's it. How you respond, like how you're going to respond sarcastically, angrily, or peacefully, that kind of thing. But that's things. That's things that have always been there. The one I'm interested in now is our Inquisitor can now interact with party banter. I hear the angels sing upon the stars. Sing, my glorious beasties, and let me see it. I'm fucking excited about that, because party banter has been something everyone who's ever played Dragon Age or BioWare games absolutely loves. It's one thing that set Dragon Age apart from a lot of other RPGs, is that party banter. The party is just interacting and talking about things. They did implement something similar to it in Dragon Age 2, where Hawk did interrupt every now and then, but not to this extent. Apparently, certain party banter situations, your your Inquisitor will be able to interact with people, be able to go, say if they're talking about, hey, you know that, hey, you ever thought what hey, did you hear about the Inquisitor and, let's just say, Cassandra, and Cassandra? Hey, Cassandra, how are you and the Inquisitor getting on, eh? Ah, come on. Has he finally broken through that tough mystique of you? And she responds, no, going, bullshit! And your Inquisitor goes, Varric, please calm the fuck down. That kind of thing. Or, Cassandra, come on, they deserve to know a little bit. It's a bit of fun we've been having here or there. Come on, darling. That kind of thing. Or hug them or kiss them. Apparently you'll be able to do that as well, which, that was a mod in Dragon Age Origins, which I have. It doesn't surprise me that they introduced it in there. You'll be able to hug your characters and all that. That'd be very interesting to see. Yeah. Like, the fucking Kunari's just staring at you like... and you go, oh, you look like you need a hug. And you hug him, he's just standing there like, the fuck are you doing? Sorry, I had to go answer the door there. But yeah, very interesting to see how we're going to be doing that with the interaction with the party banter. That'd be really fucking cool, especially how certain characters will react. I'm out of shape. I'm honestly trying to think of other stuff that on this, but I'm drawing a blank. Probably should have took a couple of notes, but I like to go improv. Do I think that every party member's been announced? Don't think so. I think there's still one or two that BioWare keeping close to their chest, even though they showed the Jesus table. I think there probably are still some left over, in my opinion. It's really tricky to say, in all honesty, like, what else I would like to see and all that. I do have speculations, ideas about what things are, but I don't want to say this. The factions that I am interested in, of course, is the Red Templars. I'm very, very fascinated by them. Like, why would they do that? I get that there's a war between the mages and the Templars. And of course, after from the events of Masked Empire that I've read so far, it's heating up pretty damn fucking bad. I get why the Templars would do that, but look the fuck what happens to them. I'm very interested. There's a lot of stuff I'm very interested in. I do have my speculation and all that. But I don't know. It's tough to say. It's really, really, really tough to say, in my opinion, about how things will go on and all that. I really don't think I have much else to say until I've read the rest of Masked Empire and until I actually read proper notes for this. But I just wanted to give my overall thoughts of the questions that I keep getting asked every now and then about Dragon Age Inquisition. Hopefully that answered some of the ones that you're asking. Please let me know your speculation down in the comment section down below. And please don't hesitate to let me know what your thoughts are as well on some of the news that's came up. Thank you for watching. As always, I'm Scottish Warren 92. I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now. Mwah.